Yes, please.
Tradition sailing. We are going to go for a sunset cruise with Laurie and Deb. I've never done this before. I'm really excited. This is a 42-foot Carriacou sloop, really beautiful restored boat. Laurie and Deb run an amazing experience here in Anguilla.
Our plan is to drop the mooring. We'll motor out towards a little bit clearer. We'll raise sail and head up the coast. While underway, it's not very windy this afternoon, but she will roll, so we ask that everybody sticks to the old sailor's adage. One hand for the boat and one hand for your cocktail. It's the most important old sailor saying I know. Should somebody end up in the drink instead of enjoying your drink, there are orange life rings on the aft deck, on the lazarette hatch, and on the left side of the forward companionway. Feel free to grab one and chuck it into them so they've got something to cling on to while the rest of us wave bye-bye. But other than Deb's terrific cocktails and my fabulous sense of humor, there's nothing on board that can really hurt you. So, shall we go sailing?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. The original sail trading fleet of sloops, Tradition is actually the last surviving example. She was built on the beach in windward Carriacou. Carriacou is a small island that's part of the island nation of Grenada in the southern Caribbean, by an old master shipwright called Urban Roberts, with and for his son Norman. Norman actually sailed her for all of her trading career, with the exception of his father a couple of times. Norman says that his father called her Tradition because it was the last vessel he was going to build, and that he built Tradition for him. He ended up selling her to a mutual friend during a period of restoration, which is how I came across her. But he still works with us on the annual maintenances and has become quite a mentor. And he still actually actively trades in a wooden motor vessel that he built on the beach in his dad's backyard in Windward, right where Tradition was built. So his tradition continues, I guess. The shipwrights would go up into the mountains in Carriacou, up into the jungle. It's heavily forested. They would cut grown West Indian white cedar crooks, big bent branches to match all of her changing pieces of framework. Additional pieces of purple heart and green heart for her deck beams, and additional pieces for her knees and her blocking down below. They would take about 2,000 big pieces of wood down out of the forest, drag them down to the beach, sort them out and set to primarily adze, hatchet, handsaw, hand plane. There was no power in 1978 when she was built, so she was entirely built by hand. Normally it would take them about 2 years to build a hull this size, but old man Urban was known as a scientist, and he and Norman managed to finish Tradition's hull in about 9 months. And it's really a testament to their original building skill and good care over the years, which they were well known for, that she's still in such good condition with us today. These Caribbean sort of tropical wood boats are very biological creatures, and normally when you're replacing one bit, another piece is getting ready to say goodbye as well. So it's the cycle of life. In the early days, they would leave Carriacou carrying things like raw cocoa, live plants, handmade goods, anything else they figured they could stop. They could trade on the voyage working down the islands or northwards towards us. They would stop at the larger producing islands like St. Vincent and Dominica. Pick up. In those days, her turnaround port was Gustavia and St. Bart's, where they would sell off the cargo on the dock and then reload fully for the trip back home. And that would be everybody's little shopping list from back in Carriacou. Stuff for Norman's own little general store and Sunrise Disco on the beach in Windward. Everything that a small island needs to survive. Clothing, foodstuffs, mountains and mountains of cigarettes and alcohol. I was in a bar early in the morning once in St. Bart's with my brother-in-law, and there were some old Frenchmen there having a little shot of rum in the morning, so I said, Gareth, let's go in. So we go in, and one of the older guys turns to me and he says, you, sir, are you the captain of that vessel out there? I said, yes. He said, what's her name? I said, Tradition. And he turned to the other guys and he said, I tell you so, I never see a boat could carry more rum than that boat. Bales and bales and bales of rum. So she's enjoying her, I would say, semi-retirement here with this angle. That's the short story. That's the short story of Tradition.